Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another instalment of the Big Ring KOM Handicap on Zwift. We're going to get right into it this week. We've got a Bumblebee's eye view here. We've got Dean Davies, the Bumblebee and group leader, from his point of view. And we see here he just says 1.5 watts per kilogram roll out to the mountain. Now, regulars of the event will know that that's a little bit harder than it sounds when you're riding with the handicap weight. The aim in this event is that everyone has a weight handicap that should level the playing field and bring the bunch back together. We can see with a few experienced riders in the group how well they're bunching up on the rollout through the aquarium section. As we roll through the start line, we'll quickly go through the field in no particular order. We have Y Go Outside, Ride Organiser Davies, Adam Hansen Plummer, Ross, Herc W from Hong Kong, reigning champion, Dukes, Juice, Van Dyke, Stokes, New, winner of last week's Richmond Flat Handicap, Dutchy, formerly known as Wetzenberg, wasn't happy with the pronunciation, so has changed his name, and a newcomer Marsland, Reynolds, and another newcomer Richardson, promising club rider, but joining us for the first time here on the Big Ring. So race order established now, out on the road, beautiful shot there. We see HW, the reigning champion, leading to Van Dyke and Marsland. Davies not riding with a handicap this week, so just escorting the riders back to Dutchy, Stokes, Y Go Outside on the cobbles, Plummer, who is struggling under the weight this week, and Reynolds, back to James New, Dukes, Ross, and Michael Juice as he passes the 200 metres altitude, and Richardson, the debutant, perhaps underestimating the effort required here at the Big Ring Handicap. Ahead now and in the snowy conditions, we're looking over Davies' shoulder and we can see Van Dyke and Marsland just up ahead with what looks to be a 7-second gap ahead to HW, who we see now coming through the gallery. Beautiful pictures from the host broadcaster. And he's holding 2-second lead to Van Dyke and Marsland. I wonder, are they just letting him hang out the front here, Van Dyke and Marsland? Do they think they have him under control? Looks to be HW working hard, heart rate of 175, so he's not taking it easy by any means. As he passes the 300 metre altitude marker, it's unusual to see a returning champion take the lead again. Normally the weight handicap gets them. Moving to the last bit of the climb now, and Van Dyke looks to have dropped back to 5 seconds behind HW, but has prized open a gap to Marsland, the first time rider. As we look at HW now, he's putting in 3.2 watts per kilogram at handicap weight, heart rate of 185, and we see him top out. Fantastic effort from HW to go back to back. I don't think we've seen any other rider do that. Defend successfully their title from the previous week. To Van Dyke, who's finishing strongly at over 200 watts. Marsland has really closed the gap there. Marsland, great effort at the end. This is what we find at the Big Ring. There's always someone just ahead of you or just behind you to keep pushing you, keep you motivated. That's what we're aiming for, to have a fantastic level of racing that keeps you involved and motivated all the way to the end, and give you a great training ride. With Stokes now, who's 2 seconds back from Dutchy. We saw Dutchy last week have a very much a surging effort, surge and fall back, surge and fall back. Looks like he might have measured his effort a little bit better this week. So Dutchy riding very well. As we can see what organiser Davies was thinking real time here. Looks like he's sending a message to Dutchy, who holds 3 seconds now from Stokes. Davies says Dutchy in trouble. Well, I don't know where he's getting that from. He's looking good at the moment. Dutchy doing 400 watts and 180 beats per minute. He's working very hard. Very hard. Dutchy looks to be taking the next place. Oh, look at this. Stokes at 6 watts per kilo. And Stokes gets over the top of Dutchy. Amazing finish there. Amazing from Stokes. Back now with Why Go Outside. He's ridden the race by himself pretty much. As has Juice, but here's a nice little battle with James New and Jukes. And a small gap back to Ross. I wonder if he can bridge that gap. New working at 150 beats per minute. He looks like he may have something still in the tank. Another motivational message here from Davies. I'd be interested in your comments whether you think that's helpful or just annoying. And here's Ross approaching the final incline. This is Why I Go Outside. Good solid ride. 160 beats a minute he comes across. So perhaps measuring his effort this week. Oh, Stokes says that hurt. I bet it did after that amazing finish. To Juice now. Juice has been hit hard by the handicapper's stick this week. I know that. I saw him immediately post-race. He said this was a huge effort. Oh, look at this. New has moved ahead of Jukes here. Another massive effort here. 400 watts from New. He's a good rider, James New. And he looks like his listed weight is 145 kilograms. That is a big ask. So great ride there, working hard, 170 beats a minute, and a ride on just as he crosses the line. Fantastic stuff from David Jukes, coming over the line behind him. And Ross now at 500 and 600 watts as he approaches the finish line. So still with something left to give. 680 watts as he crosses the line from Ross. Well done. Good ride. Back to Richardson and Plummer. Look at this. Another battle. They're all over the road, these great battles in the Big Ring Handicap events. So Richardson, the debutant, leading out Plummer. They're lockstep. But here comes Plummer now on equal terms. As we know, Plummer never missed an event. And, oh, hold on. Plummer looking to put a gap into Richardson. Can Richardson hold this wheel? Oh, yes, he can. He responds strongly. He not only holds the wheel, he goes past him in a decisive move from Richardson. Great finish, great riding. He was working hard there too. Don't worry about that at 182 beats a minute. He'll hold out from Plummer. I'm sure we'll see him back again next week, as we have seen him every week so far. Looks like Reynolds has had a mechanical. He's stuck in the snow. That's a bit disappointing. Guys, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Dean's launched a new blog. Check us out at all those places. If you like the idea and you're having good training rides, tell your friends, and we'll see you next week.